and welcome back to another episode of Catch That, where we just break down albums, eras, and different topics about R&B music. I am Naturally Elise, and that is my brother,
JR.
and we are the R&B representatives. And today we're gonna welcome my other brother, the one and only. He came on to talk to us before about Tevin Campbell's "I'm Ready," and we went in. And I couldn't wait to have this brother back, but he be busy because he about his business. But
Yeah,
it's our, and I love it. It is our good brother, Rashad Ali. Hey,
Hey, what's going on? Yeah. Yeah. I tell you, with me, it's like, it's gonna be double laughter. So, I like to have a good time and stuff. So I got to be me. I can't wait to talk about this topic.
Yes. And before we get started into our topic, how about you tell folks a little bit about yourself and about your platform?
Okay, yes. My name is Rashad Khalil Ali. I'm a DJ and a podcast host, a journalist, aka I'm also an R&B detective. So when it comes to dirt, good news and bad news, I'm the first to put it out there. And we ain't talking about TMZ either. I've been doing this independently for 27 years. RnBSouleffect-Tv celebrates Black music from past, present, as well as we still go into the future. I've interviewed over 304 artists over like the last 4 years. Uh, I done interviewed Kill Boy, After Seven, Rough Fizz, the list goes on and stuff. So and my mission is to correct the BS what some of these platforms don't be doing. So and just give people love. So that's what I'm all about.
Yes. So his mission is our mission, the same thing, and that's why we roll together.
That's right.
Yes. So, Mr. JR, how about you
Yes.
tell our lovely R&B reps cousins what we're going to be talking about today and
So
why?
today I am so hyped that Rashad picked this. We are talking about Freddie Jackson just like the first
Yeah.
time. Yes, sir. Now the cover's a little much, but we gonna get into that, y'all. For real, for real. It's a little much because they tried it with him. But we gonna get into this. We're gonna talk about all the songs. We're gonna talk about how Freddie's impact cannot be denied at all. For real, for real. We're gonna get into all that. But y'all know how we started off. So Rashad, tell us how you even get into Freddie Jackson to begin with.
Oh man, I started becoming a fan of Freddie Jackson in '86, and I don't remember when he first dropped the album. I do remember at the age of 5, and at that time, you had Luther, you had People Bryson, you had Billy Ocean, other people, but Freddie was different, and it was like here he is, he was dominating video soul, BT. And then you hear his music on the radio. And the first song I heard was Jam Tonight. And rest was history and stuff. And that's how I got hooked on. But as I got older and stuff, and I started appreciating his, I mean, I always loved the music. I was like, man, this guy got hits. And I mean, he was killing a Quiet Storm radio. I mean, you had Nita Baker, you had all these other people, but he was the top dog. I mean, 10 number one R&B hits. That album went number one for like, what was it? For like almost 20 weeks.
Yes.
And I'm shocked that album didn't win on Grammy, but politics and BS, and Soul Train should have gave him that award because that album was on fire.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
they had Luther hosting that that Soul Train, so they weren't gonna let Freddie win the thing.
Yeah, you know how that goes and stuff. And see, at that time, the older I got, I was like, man, Freddie, become with like my top 5 R&B males, because everybody got their own picks and favorites. So
yeah.
When he did Doobie Get album, that's what made me start collecting. At the time, we had cassette tapes and stuff. And the older you get, you start liking the music more than you ever did. So
right,
yeah, Freddie Jackson, man. It's like the way he sings and stuff, it just hits different. It just hits your soul. You know what I'm saying? Hear that come to me again. He just rest is history. You know what I'm saying? You inside of me more than you ever did before.
yeah.
I mean, but that's a whole different story. Love Me Down, my number one favorite song, but this album here, man, it's my number one favorite. So yeah.
Okay.
And speaking of Freddie's voice, he's in that class of pure singers to where even when they ain't doing a lot, they sound good. So honestly, if Freddie would have never hit a big note, which he always hitting them, but even if he never hit those big notes, you would be like, that boy can sing. So it's just pure,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's in that class of singers like your Luthers, like your Peebos, like your James Ingrams, where it's just
Yes.
ain't no whole bunch of, they don't have to do no whole bunch of growling. They don't give you big notes, but they ain't got that. And growling is fine for some singers, but they just had the voice. They ain't have to do none of it.
Yeah. And his voice sounds just like how it is on the CD.
It is. And to be honest, that's how I actually got introduced to Freddie, because one thing about Freddie's voice, it don't even matter if he's singing background, he's going to be heard. He's going to be heard because his voice is so distinct. So, when I was introduced to him because of Melba Moore.
Yeah.
And I was introduced that way because Love Coming At You. And he's doing background on that.
Yeah.
So
he might as well get a feature credit on that damn song because because it's so distinct. I mean, he is singing background, but shoot, it should have been Melba featuring Freddie.
For real. Because and then mind you, he got like other people on there, but you hear Freddie. You know what I mean? Because I was just like, his voice is so strong. You know what I mean? And then on that record, you got him, you got Allison Williams, you got Fonte Thornton, who sings with Luther.
Cindy Montel.
Yeah.
That's
you
right.
You got Philip that sings with Luther. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is on this record with Love Coming At You. So I'm like, that's when I was introduced to him. And then he's on the background of Show Me with Glenn Jones.
Oh, man, he sure is.
And you can absolutely hear Freddie on that. Like, yeah.
Now everybody watching, now when they hear that song, if they didn't catch it the first time, catch
you
that.
Gonna catch it this time. Yes. So I kind of knew that voice. So finally, when I heard Rock Me Tonight, and I heard it on Kiss FM, all you New York people know who Kiss FM is, and I heard it, and I was like, I know that voice. And I was like, Mom, who is this? And she was like, that's Freddie Jackson. I was like, didn't he sing with Melba Moore and all of them? And she was like, I guess.
Sound like my mother.
Don't you love a black mama?
I swear.
A black mama, love it.
It feels
she was
very
like, I
familiar.
Guess.
All we can't do is pray.
Right. So I was just like, yeah. So I was like, and then the accents that he was doing on Rock With Me Tonight. Rock me tonight on an old time sake. Like, yeah. So those accents was getting me, but I went home to make sure I was right. Y'all, I was reading a lot of notes at this time. You know what I mean? So I went back. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's Freddie. You know what I mean? So then after his debut album came out with Rock Me Tonight, You Are My Lady, Calling, Just a Touch Away, album, crazy. But them album covers, yes, because we're going to get into that. Freddie, look, I don't know what they were doing to you, buddy, but them album covers ain't hitting at all. Until, what was the album, Rashad, that we like?
Do Me Again, the album cover.
Do Me Again.
Yeah.
That's when the album cover started getting great, because even Time for Love was a good album cover too. That was good.
But okay. So I want to talk about the album cover. So in the 80s, especially that, and that's all, I mean, it's mid-80s, but it's right on the tail of weird experimental time, not only with the music, but with the clothes. So it's a lot of album covers from this period to where, for one, the fit don't even really represent what that artist does. Like, you think about some of them Luther covers and stuff like that, where they was just the styling was weird. Even then we were like, so it's not like, oh, I'm in the 2020s now, so I can be like, oh, that's horrible. No, they were saying that in 86.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm like, look at this. Like, y'all, look at this album cover. Like, come on. Come on.
Yeah,
Like
that
Sis said, that is a women's jacket.
Yeah.
The cummerbund is the best thing about this. But then they added the brooch to it, though. Like, what is this?
that gotta go.
No. This should have been the album cover right here. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
That'd have been perfect.
Yeah.
That would have
And
been
perfect.
perfect.
That was the pose too. That was the R&B
Yeah.
record cover pose.
That was
name.
right.
That's how RnBSouleffect supposed to look.
Yes. Like, there
For
go
that
the
time,
Thriller
yeah.
pose, the Teddy pose, the Luther pose. He could have had that, but they was like, we're not going to let him be Luther. Catch it. They not going to let him be Luther.
Nope.
Maybe they was trying to separate the images. Maybe.
That's what they were doing. They said, we going to get the inside cover looking like, but this ain't. Because even the back, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. Even though this is that little gold thing there.
But I think that white is tough though. I like it. I like the bag.
You know, that's what they.
But I like the bag.
It's funny though. Yeah, because like what was like in 86, 87, the whole Mexican look was kind of like back then. Because we had like Three Amigos, we had all that other stuff. Man, I mean, that was a weird, great time, but a weird time.
He probably was wearing cowboy boots with this.
The whole 80s, just everything about the 80s. Entertainment, regular life was just weird.
Yeah.
Because people were trying to figure it out. And not only the music, but just the world was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it was.
So it's a good metaphor.
Catch it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, even with going into the New Jack Swing era, you gotta remember them dudes is wearing like straight suits and they wearing and hit like flat shoes. Like it was just weird. People were just trying to find a thing. And I think even though it was a gift and a curse, once hip hop entered hip hop, it kind of gave it a style. You know what I mean? A different swag to it.
Balance, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? You could wear the jabos and then wear some jeans and like it was different. But yeah, Freddie, this album cover, buddy, just like the first time, huh? Because that cover for the debut, I like that one actually better than this.
Yeah.
I guess they gave him extra budget to be behind the Empire State Building.
Yeah, Capitol Records did a lot. They made a lot of mistakes on album covers.
Baby.
They just throw anything out there. Like, here you go. You know.
Yes. But it's all right, Freddie, because the music was good for it anyway. The cover, fine. But the music definitely made up for it because this album was the shit. Period. Yeah. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Yes.
The first cut, Tasty Love.
Oh,
you open the album, you do it like that.
Period.
With Freddie said feelings.
Tasty Love.
Because I didn't want to forget to say feelings.
But again, I'm so glad that they opened the album with this because I think by then we knew Freddie's style. He didn't need an up-tempo to really start the album off. It would have everybody love Rock Me Tonight. Everybody love You Are My Lady. This is his vibe. This is what we gonna do. He started the album with Tasty Love, yo. And it gives you something familiar that you know about him, but it's something fresh. It's familiar. It's like, oh yeah, I know, but it's something new. And Freddie giving you that in this record. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is kind of like the Rock Me Tonight of this album, to be honest. Baby.
Yeah. Yeah, because around that time, that's when he was coming to his zone. And you could feel, it was so much high energy on that second album. Man, especially, it's like come for the first. And I think people doubted him, was like, well, you only make it once, and he outdid what he did on the first album. I mean, was it like 4 or 5 #1 R&B hits? The rest like top 10 singles. I mean,
and we need to get this out the way. He was eating Luther ass up, y'all.
Woo. Oh yeah, 87. Now Luther was on the charts, but he wasn't dominant. Well, that year, and we've talked about this on other shows. Nobody really dominated the charts. It was like because it was so much good stuff out. It was like 1 week, then 2 weeks, and then 1 week, and then 3 weeks, and one. So like everybody was eating in 87.
It was. Everybody had a hit.
As far as R&B.
But when it came to this album, though, that shit was #1 for 24 weeks, and it ended up being the best R&B album of '87.
Can I correct you?
Yes.
26 weeks.
Come on now, an extra 2 weeks. That's half a year.
That's 6. Yeah, I'm about to say that's 6 months. That's 2 quarters.
Yeah. And outdid Michael Jackson's bad.
And he got nothing for this. Nothing. No things at all. And it was a top
40. And it was a top 40 album.
Yep.
Crazy to me.
And a couple, one song, Jam the Night, went to 32.
Yep.
That was the crossover song. Yeah.
That's
so funny because it's about, I know we gonna get to it, but it's about the blackest song on the album. I love that that's the one that crossed over. I love it. I love when they can't help it. It's JR. I love it when they can't help it.
You better Whitney it. You better Whitney it.
Yeah, that's classic.
Yes. Yeah. But don't those keys on Tasty Love is so emotional though. Like it's so emotional keys. Like it's just again, Hot Chastity saying it just sucks you in. Like it brings you in. It was like,
it does.
This is the first song. Freddie was like, gotcha. And I ain't letting you go until the end of this album, to be honest. And the videos, sis, you right. Like I was going back looking at the videos.
Them 80s, all them videos is bad for everybody, for every genre.
Everybody. I went back and looked at them videos. I was like, ooh. And this was played on Video Soul like this? Oh.
No type of and that's the bad part about labels like that. They never gave an artist a great direction. That's one thing I hate about Capitol Records. They never did. They just do something all day. They pay for the budget. Do your thing, and that was it. That's the bad part about it. Because had they would have changed everything around, it would be totally different. And it's funny how the song was hot, but the video, the album cover, they give it no justice. Just a song-wise, it did. It's like there's no balance in that. Until with Do Begin, there was a balance. But before that was like, what's going on and stuff. But whoever the president is, he should be rolling over his own grave for that shit.
I feel you on that one.
I ain't got nothing to say. Like,
I ain't got nothing to say.
All I say is facts. I don't know.
Yeah. It's sad but true. Like you can't say nothing to it, yo. So so this was a #1 record, right? This was #1 too, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we go to the second track, which was another #1 record. Have You Ever Loved Somebody?
Oh my God.
That is one of them songs that in the first 2 seconds exactly what the fuck is about to come on, and you getting ready because you about to.
Yes, ma'am.
Here it comes. Yeah, the first 2, you're like, look.
Classic.
Yes. Oh yes.
That what's funny too, because he used that same actress in some of his videos from that album and some of his early albums in the early 90s. Because at first I thought when I was a kid I thought it was dating or whatever, but they were just good friends, had a great business relationship. The video, I like the video. It's funny though too. With video song had a type of style to it, and I didn't realize that they were shooting parts. What was it? In Miami. Then they shot another part in New York at the same time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when I did my little homework on that and stuff, I think what was it? They had to catch a flight. They shot the video in 2 days and knocked that out and stuff.
I mean, shit, Freddie was hot as fish grease, so you had to get the shit out.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
yeah. And that was
I
number
mean,
one on video sold for like 12 weeks. That's when we had that top 20 countdown. It's under
yeah,
Coca-Cola, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It outbeated Luther, it outbeated Billy Ocean when he was hot.
Yeah.
Was it Strong Chin, Lionel Richie, and all that stuff, but he
Yeah. And when this song went number one,
Mm-hmm.
it came out towards the end of December, the song. And it was number one by February.
Damn.
that caught wind fast.
Damn. Wow.
And it went 2 weeks of number one. But then I wonder, what was the number one song right before that?
What?
Melba Moore. So, they was hot as fish grease. So Melba Moore had fallen. That was number one the week before Freddie.
Wow.
I was a little bit more. You know what? It's funny too though, because I think, songwriting wise, and no offense to people that wrote songs with other people, it was like Paul Lawrence and Barry Eastman. Man, that pen game, it was nasty. I mean, even though you had Jimmy Jerry Tiller was on the rise, they was coming up, and Babyface, they was there, but it wasn't there yet.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny how those two guys, Paul Lawrence and Barry Eastman, don't get their flowers, because man, they wrote the hell out of that album.
They don't at all, yo.
Yeah. This album is very, Rashad. It's very well written, because that's I know that's a thing that's very important to me, is the pen. Is what are they saying?
Yes.
Or are they saying in a creative, melodic way?
Yep.
And that happened, especially with the songs that they did.
Yeah. Right. Because and it's crazy because this is the only song that Barry Eastman did on this album. Yeah. That just goes to show you how busy he was. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like Paul ended up kind of taking more of the lead on this album than Barry. You know what I mean? Because Barry was all over the first album for real.
He was.
So you can't do a second album without having Barry on it at least. He got to have a record, to be honest. And this record, if you listen to it, it has the same tempo as You Are My Lady.
Yep.
It has the same exact tempo for real. And the people that he has on this record too, that's singing background on it. Because you got Curtis King that did the background with D-Train with Something on Your Mind. And then you got Vanessa Thomas, who actually everybody really don't know, but they know her for the woman that did the song with Vitamin C, Graduation Joint.
Oh, okay, yeah.
As we go on, we remember. That's sad, I know it. That's sad, I know it. But that is the lady that's singing in it. So you got some heavy hitters on this, and then to have it sounds so 80s with them synthesizers on there, like on this record. It's so 80s. And shout out to Tank, because I am a fan of his Stronger album that a lot of people don't talk about. And the song he got, Missing You. If y'all go back and listen to Missing You on that Stronger album, he does a little like part of it where he says, have you ever loved somebody? And he does it, and it's from this record. Because when I heard it, I was like, nigga, you took that shit from Freddie. What you doing? Like,
Okay, yeah.
I was like, what you doing? So, yeah, so that's something, man. Barry was like, listen, if I ain't going to be on that album, nigga, I'm giving you a hit record. Period.
Exactly.
And he did another number one again.
And what about the bridge on this mug?
Oh, yeah. When he says, I forgot the part. He said, take a look around and I will be there, and man, he tears it up. He put his whole foot in that record. Yeah. he was like, you keep running away. You know what I mean? He just goes on and on.
And I love before he come into the bridge, he give you that whoa, 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 like he letting you know I'm coming to the bridge.
Yeah.
I'm here, y'all. Here we go.
Yeah, what he said, did you ever
like
think?
Elise, yeah, like Elise always say, Freddie is going to smooth it out in the beginning of the record. He gonna smooth you. But baby, when we get to that bridge in the ending, he gonna let loose. He's vocally gonna be like, I'm gonna eat y'all motherfuckers up. Like, period. Like, for real. It's time to go.
He's a slow assassin. It's like, I'm gonna pull you in with this smoothness and then I'm gonna attack.
Yeah, I swear. I mean, he kills that. He kills that on that one. I mean, that was all freestyle, not even written. I mean, when Freddie goes off, it's over.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that song to this day, I mean, I swear, you could turn on Sirius XM R&B station or whatever. Somebody posts your freaking record. That's like one of the top songs somebody's gonna play.
Oh yeah, Heart and Soul on XM radio plays that faithfully.
They love that song. You know
how
this is gonna be the blackest thing I probably say today. So at my beauty supply store, they play that. They had a satellite and it's R&B. You know, it's that. And how many times I have been in that store and heard that specific song? It's about 5 songs that they really love. Yeah.
Wow.
Shoot, I'm heard Jam Night for them.
A whole lot of babies were made that night.
Okay.
If you was born 1987, 88, yeah, you were Freddie, baby.
I don't make the rules.
Shit. You can be a Freddie baby back in 85 too, because I was born in 86, so I might be a Freddie baby. I need to ask my mama. What y'all listen to Freddie?
What was it, rotation?
She gonna be like, we could have been. I don't.
Oh man, my mother told me that I was an off the wall baby. You know what I'm saying? So I was born in 81.
Wow.
So yeah.
Really? Yeah. I wouldn't mind being a part of that album though, to be honest.
Man.
Now I got to find out what was popping in 78.
Ooh, oh man. Well, we had
what was popping in 78?
We had the Isley Brothers, Teddy Pendergrass. Was it Heat Wave?
I'm surprised I'm on a triplet. With all that.
Yeah, the list goes on. Well, Rick James.
Oh hell!
Oh, yeah, girl, you had plenty. Yeah,
it's a long laundry list.
I need answers.
Oh man.
So
but yeah, that's a go. Definitely a go-to for me. Have you ever loved somebody like this? Man. This how he rides a record, like
the transitions, from each little part, like it does some different, like really interesting thing, and then it slides right back into the pocket.
Just the way he sings,
yes,
it make he hits it different. It make you feel different. Like I don't know what is it when he's with those two guys besides everybody else. It just does something to your soul.
Yes, it's just the way the production by Barry on this record. And I think that's just the chemistry of him and Freddie. They had that chemistry already. So it was like, we know what to do, and I'm just going to give you the record. And Freddie like, I got it. Freddie like, he probably was like, just press play. Just press record and let's go. He don't seem like he going to be in the studio that long. Freddie is that type to be like, let's get this done. And he probably was a one take type of dude.
He looked like he was. I can't see him being there like 20, 30 times.
No.
His voice he had that go-to voice. You give him the lyrics, he gonna tear it up and we out.
You see what Rashad is. He picked Tevin Campbell first, and that was a one dude that did it in the first take. And then Freddie is the first take. So Rashad don't play no games when it comes to
Nah. I just can't throw it, any artist. Nah. I throw the hit different artists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we
Yeah.
come into Look Around, and the opening ad-libs, that is some of the cleanest singing I ever heard, ever.
Oh man.
Clean. But then he fuck you up because when he start singing the verse, he's singing breathy, and then it slowly comes up, and then he go back to the like kind of breathy vocals, and it goes back up.
Yeah.
Like it's experience, and maybe that's why I hit different, because you're going to different places, but as you slide back into home, just seamlessly, like
he takes you in a trance on this record to me. Like you said, it's a complete ride. You know what I mean? And it's like you don't want this song to end. It's like, it's like, this song is how at least say a song is perfect. To me, this is a perfect song, to be honest. And then to have the background vocals of Audrey Willett, what's her name? Cindy Monsell. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And for them, and they background royalty. And then to have them on there, but let me tell you something. The last minute and 45 seconds when Freddie is just vocalizing, he shows his complete ass. You hear me?
Yeah.
Like, what? That's what, and every time I listen to that song, I think about when Elise was like, when Freddie get at the end, he's going to let loose. He's going to let loose. And every time I think about that joint, I'll be like, God damn it, Elise, you right. Because Freddie vocally at the end of this record for the last damn near 2 minutes, he said, I'm going to vocalize on your ass and I'm going to show y'all how to sing things.
Yeah. And then if you, like, Rashad, if you remember the 80s on the radio, that they would cut a lot of songs short. And so we cut like that end vocalizing. They ain't do that on no Freddie songs, and they ain't do it on no Luther. It was certain artists they didn't do that on their songs. No.
It makes sense too though, because you heard the whole extended version and stuff. Usually some songs be like 2.5 minutes. Freddie's and Luther's, and there was like 4.5, sometimes even 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And stuff. Like now, like I would get out the car, like, hold up, let him finish this song. And stuff. And man, I mean, like JR said, towards the end of it, I mean, he turns it up. You let him loose, ain't nothing ready, it's all freestyle and stuff. Because he in an interview, he said that he said all the songs he did those days was like freestyle towards the end, nothing read. Like once he read the lyrics, that's when he just do another takes off, and rest is history.
But that's good on how because then that's when you connect to the song. You might have not wrote it, but now you realize you're into the song and you just let go. And I think that's what everybody is supposed to connect to a record like that. Because if you're just reading off of it, you can tell when the artist is just reading off of it and there's no feeling. And to me, I think that's what I love, the bridge. Because it's how you come out of the bridge to me, is if you really connected to this song. Because it's like, all right, this is your bridge, you got the lyrics. Now it's on you. Because we already got the verse, we got the second verse, we're at the bridge. It's all about you now after this bridge. And that's why, again, when Elise says Freddie bodies it at the end, because again, he's feeling it and it's him. And that's what it's just like, sing Freddie.
And that's the problem with R&B singers today. When I try to educate some of their hard asses, about their, like, you guys to execute the song. Ain't no way in hell that, okay, you do your part while it's ready, it's cool, but you got to go full blast. But if you just singing a song like you rehearse it, that's a problem. That I got a problem. I don't want to play it no more. Just move on to the next. Come to me like, oh man, like how good I do. Nigga, that was terrible, man. Come on, man.
And what it made me think about people feeling and interpret a song, think about it. Think about it not musically. Think about you have 2 people, same body type, same level of attractiveness, wearing the exact same outfit. They got the same shape. But one person look amazing in it. Like, they didn't make that dress, but they brought a character into that dress, and they have a certain confidence and a walk a certain way. and you looking at the same dress, and you be like, "Ooh, that's dope." But if you'd have seen the other girl first, you'd be like, "It's okay."
Yep.
That's exactly what that is. Because it's like, how you say it, Elise? You was like, it was something we were watching. And you was like, no, we were talking about lyric and how people is crazy with rappers saying that not writing lyrics and all this kind of stuff, and how it's a big thing, and how people come at Little Kim for Biggie writing her lyrics and all this. But you was like, but the way she does it, it's you feel it. So it shouldn't even matter if she wrote it or not. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah,
you know, that's why.
you know, you could
Exactly.
right if that part is so important, then but another person wouldn't be able. I'm, just because you use Lil Kim as an example, I wouldn't never want to hear nobody rapping no queen bitch. I don't care.
No,
She's rapping
no,
it because she know how to bring it into her own and give you that. No matter who wrote it, whether she wrote it, dog wrote it,
right,
whoever. Like
right,
she
Yeah,
gonna
she
kill
made
it.
it to
right.
she made it to her own and stuff, and that's what made Kim so different. Regardless of who ghostwrite or what and stuff like that. They always try to politic and stuff, but yet instead, people talk about, well, when Nicki writes her own lyrics, she had help. A person would have to write something down and you just tell them, well, you should do this, do that. I'm like, come on, man. People be capping. You know what I'm saying?
Capping.
Stop the
Cause
cap,
she, yeah,
y'all.
cause
Stop
she,
the
cause when
Stop.
I heard, like when I heard some of Nicki's early mixtapes compared to what she does now, come on now, it's called help.
It's called help, people.
cap. Bitch is working. That the thing is, it's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
All your non-rap art, like it's not a whole. The majority of people who sing aren't singer-songwriters.
Yep,
Mm-mm.
That's why there's a category called singer-songwriters because it's
exactly. Yeah, cause
everybody,
I had,
and that's fine. That's
yeah,
fine. I
yeah,
Because
promise
my,
y'all, it's fine.
my mother even said back then in the 60s and the 70s, you thought that the artist wrote the record. Like, you didn't
mhm.
care about who wrote the record. If the record was good and it sounded great, cool. You didn't care about who wrote the record. And to me, once I was getting into liner notes and all this kind of stuff, it was like, okay, whatever. But like with Freddie, I feel like at the end, he's making the song his own. He'd be like, all right, I ain't write it, but okay, fuck it. Y'all gonna realize, y'all gonna feel this motherfucker. And we
Yep,
do. You know what I mean? He might have not wrote it, but you be like, damn, Freddie going the fuck off. I don't even give a damn who wrote it. Obviously, he feeling something because he giving me something. You know what I
exactly.
mean? And that's why it just bothers me. It's like, you didn't write that. Okay, and okay, I didn't write it. But you liked it? Did you feel it? Then I did my job. And Freddie absolutely
Exactly.
did his job on Look Around, baby. What?
Exactly. Like what's on that paper don't define who he is as a person.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's the problem. Because the area I hate. One thing I hear about social media, we nitpick some of the dumbest shit ever. I hate that. That's so corny as fuck. Well, so wrote this. Who cares? Man, like when's the last time you got your hairline fixed? Man. So I be having conversations like that all the time. Like, please leave me alone, because I would read you and get you out the way.
The
I'm
child,
here for it.
the child reads for Phil. Okay.
Oh
Fulfilled.
man, I wake up every
Me and
day. You
Elise.
just never know what's gonna happen.
Rashad, let me tell you something. Me and Elise be dying. We'd be like, Rashad has done it again.
Oh man.
Yeah. So then we
Oh,
come
God.
to the jam
Oh man.
tonight. Tonight we are coming to the jam. To the
Classic.
My
jam we
favorite
are
song
coming
on the album.
tonight.
My favorite song on the album. I fucking love this record. I love everything
Man.
about it. I always say Freddie and the girls, they are just going
Uh-huh.
in. They're flowing with him. The drums on this is everything. Like, this song is so simple,
Yep.
for real. It's so simple, but so, how can I say it? It's simple, but it's just musically still great to me.
Yeah.
because it didn't need all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like it just.
I wouldn't call it simple. I think it's so complex that it seemed easy and simple. It took a lot, like it's
Okay.
a lot going on, but it it all comes together. So it
Yeah.
to where somebody been doing something so long and so good at it, you be like, they make it look easy. That's what it is. It make it
That's
look,
what it
but it's
is.
a lot of
Yep.
different harmonic structures and things going on,
Yes.
Yeah.
especially with
Yes.
the
Because I
girls.
think the label, needed a party jacket at that time. New Jack Swing was slowly emerging. At that
Yeah.
time, you
Yeah.
had dance pop music. Because you had Janet Jackson. Had a lot of those dance hits,
Hey, mother.
and
Go ahead.
you had a lot of that going on. So I think label was like, let's throw something out there, and
Right.
I mean, I love the, and to this day, just like the part of the verse, Luther said, "How can you sit and stare, now want to jam?" You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because you go to a party now, it be niggas on this side, that side, staring at each other like, "What's up, man?" Like you trying to fight or you trying to have a good time. So stupid. So and that's what's missing. Back then, everybody had a good time. I mean, you go to any family reunion, birthdays, whatever, somebody's
Yeah.
playing that song.
Yes.
Mhm.
Your auntie playing that song. Your mom playing that song. Your drunk uncle make 1,000 excuses playing that song. You know what I'm saying? Talk about how come he can't get over. You know what I'm saying? So still, and that's why I say that song was a classic. I mean,
Yeah.
it was funny too. That was the only song that had no video behind it. So it was like a promo single, was number one R&B hit. I was shocked that the label didn't push that, but I guess because he had enough weight on him, was like, well, we really need a video for it. So let's just keep it pushing.
And you,
Yeah, my favorite part of the song is "Don't you wanna, ooh, don't you wanna,
Oh yeah.
ooh, yeah. Don't you wanna jam? Ooh,
Don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you wanna jam? And how he
yes.
hits that, how he goes high,
Yeah.
yeah. And that was it was like it was written, but you could tell it was freestyle too. It's like ad libs
Yeah.
because,
And,
like Jr. said, you read the lyrics, but you can make it to your own.
mm-hmm. And then this song actually reminds me of my grandma, to be honest. Because y'all, my grandma had no rhythm. Bless her heart. Grandma, don't let no pictures fall down in my stuff tonight, for real. But that lady had no rhythm at all. So this song, it was so easy for me to groove with her. You know what I'm saying? Like we could
Yeah.
just groove like this. Because it was
yeah,
very hard.
he said it in the song.
Yep.
Lyrics. No, this is a song with people with no rhythm or that can't dance or just not a big or just aren't big dancers.
I ain't
Like
gonna
Right.
lie.
because you could just
I,
kind of
I ain't gonna lie to you though, but like whenever I hear that song, and in the '80s, white people always did this. And did that. Every time I think about that and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it was
So
easy
my friend was
for me
like, just
to
long as you have a good time.
That's
Yeah.
all. And this will put a smile on her face because I would just hold her hand and we would just move to the beat. So it was crazy. This song reminds me of her, but that lady ain't had no rhythm. But it's a fun fact, y'all, because I don't know if you know or not. This song is actually a cover.
You know what? I remember hearing about that, but
Howard
I never took the time to do my homework on it. Yeah.
Howard Johnson, who did
So fun.
so fine,
Oh,
blow my
okay.
mind. He actually did this song, but he called it on his album. He called it Jam Song. On his
Oh,
1982 album, he called it Jam Song. And
right.
it has that 82 flavor. It has a little bit more funk to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Freddie wrote it. Freddie, this is his written record. Freddie and Paul Lawrence did this record, but they gave it to Howard Johnson, and he did it. And if you go back and listen to it, I like both, to be honest. I
Yeah.
think the way Howard did it, it was very funky for the times of what it was. But I think Freddie and the sound that we know from Freddie, it makes sense on how Freddie did it. It was very, don't you wanna, don't It was just
he
that.
had more to it.
Yeah, like he just was like, take all of that funk out of it. Even though it's got a little smell in Freddie's version. It still got a little funk to it.
Oh, yeah.
But if you listen to Howard Johnson's version, it's funky. And he don't call it Jam Tonight. He calls it Jam Song.
Yeah, because I think in the early 80s, R&B was trying to find a lane. We was coming off of disco and stuff like that. So it was trying to find a birthplace till once we got to that point in the mid-late 80s.
Them experimental years was, whew, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Good Lord, it was bad. But yeah, Jam Tonight. I wanted to ask because I never knew a video. I didn't know if it was a video. They took it offline. I never knew. But since you told us, Rashad, that there was no video, and obviously Freddie was hot as fish grease, so it really didn't freaking matter because I think, this was the third single by then? Was it the third single?
Yeah, third single off his album.
It was like,
because
Quiet Storm. It's going to hit.
Oh, it was the fourth.
The fourth single.
Damn, the fourth?
Yeah, it was tasty. It was Tasty Love. Have you ever loved somebody? I don't want to lose your love. Then Jam Tonight.
Damn.
Yeah, and Jam Tonight was number one R&B. He
got a number one from it.
Yeah, because
Freddie was that dude. Stop playing.
Yeah, he performed on Soul Train, Dance Party USA. That's when Club TV just came out, and what was it? Showtime Apollo.
With that lady acting foolish in the front.
Oh my God rest her soul. I swear, every time I think about Showtime Apollo, I think about her people ankles and legs and stuff.
Yes.
Man,
the icon.
She is an icon.
She is an icon.
Still talking about her.
Yeah, because like how I found that she died. One day I was watching Showtime Apollo one particular night. I think she died like in 2013 or 14 or something like that. And they honored her. And I said, wait a minute, that's that lady with that dry Jerry curl. The one that was always grabbing up. Ain't about who it was. Ain't about what R&B Bell was. She was on you. Hell, even the rapper, she was on you.
I was just about to say, even the rappers, yep.
She was on every single Saturday. Did not miss a beat. I mean, God rest her soul, you know. And it's sad too, because she was the only one got excited. And one thing I hate about Showtime Apollo, no offense to New York, I love New York, but y'all be on some bullshit. It's funny how y'all didn't cheer for Joe when he first came out, but at the same time, y'all waited 5 years to start jamming to him. Come on, man.
You right.
You know,
y'all give people a hard time that don't deserve it.
You right. I ain't even mad at y'all. I can't even say nothing. Y'all right.
Yeah. Treat these artists like amateurs. Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? It's to me, I ain't like that. So that's why I say that bad business decision. NBC should have better than that. You know, that's why you should always hire a crowd applauser. You know what I'm saying? That was me and said, man, get y'all asses up. Clap. Get up, man.
The crowd.
Yeah. I call those Radiohead fans. They just there for the moment.
He ain't lying though at all.
At all. He ain't. I couldn't even back it. I'm like, Rashad about to come for New York. What he doing? Where he going? Where he going with it?
It's not a diss. It's not a diss. It's not a diss. It's just that, you know, it's sad how, you know, where it, you know, the company made a bad decision on that part. But getting back to, you know, Freddie, you know, I mean, damn, that song Jam Tonight, another song in rotation. You know, so if you're an old school fan, you got to have it in your playlist. Got to.
It's just you just snap your fingers to the joint. It's just so ill. No video, y'all, and still became a number one record. Like Freddie was just owning the charts for the from 85 to like 92-ish.
Yeah, 92, for like 7 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was owning it, but people don't talk about it. Shout out to Black Music Honors, because they did give Freddie his props. Because they had what's his name? Tony Terry. They had Avery Wilson, and then they had somebody else sing for the Black Honors. And that was good because he deserved that shit, yo.
That Tony Terry was a great decision to have him on there. Because How about somebody who sings down? I just gotta give him a shout because I'm a Tony Terry. If he got a fan club, I would like to be the president of it because he sings down and he gives character to the songs he sings. Because
Yes,
a lot of songs he sings, they could potentially be a boring ass song. Like with you, if somebody with not his chops singing, that song would be boring. But he made that song exciting.
Yeah.
He made that song exciting. But anyway, hey Tony Terry. Hey. Okay.
But they gave Freddie love, and I think that he deserves that. Like he had his impact. His impact can't be fooled with. Just look at the charts alone.
Yeah, I mean,
this man had what 4 number ones and then a number 2. How many singles he had off this album? What 4 or 5?
I think he had like 6. 5, yeah.
Oh, 5. So 4 of them was number 1, and then 1 of them was a number 2.
2, yep. Almost with number 1. Almost
enough
did.
said. Like,
and then Look Around came in October 87. And 87.
That was a classic right there.
Yeah. So let's see what in that. Oh, see, by that time when that song came out, that's when Bad was out. That's when Angel by Angela Winbush was really took over the airwaves. That was the number 1 that next week. And then Stevie had came back out because that's when Skeletons. And so it was a lot, and Earth, Wind and Fire had a record. So it was a lot there competing.
Right.
That's true.
Because then he then had to do, Janet was still popping. Whitney was coming out, with a new record. Yeah. So it was a lot of that, him competing with that. But Freddie said, I'll take R&B. He stayed with us. That's what I love about Freddie. Freddie was like, I don't give a fuck about that crossover shit. Yeah, I can make the money, whatever. But I'm staying with my people. And his people supported him. Period.
Yep. Yeah, because I saw an interview. He said he didn't care his song climbing the top 10 Hot 100. All he cared about was R&B charts. That's all he cared about.
And that's what should matter.
It's sad too though, because whenever a black artist their music cross over to the Hot 100, the bad part about it, they would label you on that side of one hit wonder, as if like he was only good up for that moment. Knowing damn well like Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, 20 number 1 R&B hits. Nobody don't talk about that. Here it is, Freddie Jackson got 10 number 1 R&B hits. Nobody don't say shit about that. And Freddie was smoking everybody for 87, 92. Come on now. I mean, that's a bunch of BS.
Yeah, right before we got on the show, was we not talking, and did I not say the exact thing as Rashad as it pertained to about people thinking you a one-hit wonder because they just concentrate on that one song?
Yeah.
That happened to cross over. And it's like, no. Or they'll ignore any song that you have that's under 10. Be like, well, the next song they had went to 11. They don't want to talk about that. Like, what? Because it likes to get anywhere near there and never do.
And I think that was the difference between Freddie and Luther. Freddie wasn't chasing crossover. Luther was. That's the difference. And you could tell the songs that he did that when he wanted to cross over. Freddie was like, fuck that. Like, nah. Because once you get over there, they're going to want to change you. They're going to want to do all of that. I want to stay me. I want to stay with my people. My people support me. I'm good. You know what I mean? And I think that was the difference between Freddie and Luther. You know what I mean? And it was just like, Luther always wanted to chase that number 1 pop hit. He always wanted that. Always. That's why you got the Stop to Loves and the Give Me the Reasons and Here and Now and those records. He wanted that. That's what he wanted. And then he got with Mariah and tried to do the Endless Love. And that only peaked at number 2. So Luther always wanted that. Freddie was like, I'm good with 11 number 1s with my own people. I'm good. Like, I don't need that.
That's the thing too, because he never chased for awards like how Freddie did. And when I look back on some of the platforms, I was like, if Luther would have lost, he would have had a hissy fit. and stuff. So Freddie, he didn't care. You know, all that Freddie got out of that during the height of it was American Music Award. That was like it was in '88.
88,
And,
yeah, when he did
and,
Nice and Slow. That
and he
was
should
it.
got that. He should got that in '87. But politics and bullshit.
That part. You know what
And
that
stuff.
means.
And see, around this time in '87, I think that's when he took a shot at George Michael. Was like, how the hell a white artist knocking us black artists down? Like he's not R&B.
Yeah.
And that stirred a lot of controversy around that time. And I feel where he's coming from with it because here it is, you know, you're not giving him love, but you give it this person's not even black. You know, not even making music, not even pertaining towards our people, but doing it for them. And y'all talking about, oh man, you know, can he be the next wave for R&B? Next wave for R&B? Motherfucker, look what's going on now. The charts, fuck you be the next wave. You know, so that's why I say that
waves
they
is already
put. Yeah.
I don't need no next wave. It is a wave. We are the wave.
Yeah. We are the wave. And that's what Gladys
from us.
Gladys was saying that with the George Michael, because she was behind Freddie with the whole George Michael thing. Because she was like, Bobby, that's when it was this 88, 89, when Bobby was killing it with Don't Be Cruel. And she was like, he got to be the best in R&B, right? And he's killing in R&B, and then he crosses over to them, and he's doing great over there. So he got to be the best with R&B, and he's killing it. But you still give it to George Michael, who already had his white audience already. He already had that audience already. So why y'all gonna bring him over here and Bobby is killing it? Just like freaking Freddie. Freddie was killing it.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
So y'all couldn't give it to him, but y'all give it to George Michael instead. And then when Freddie comes out and says something about it, it's like he's a hater and he's going against the big machine. You know what I mean? And technically he's right. It's like I got all these number ones here, and y'all say in the R&B category, and you let George Michael win?
Yep. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I call it. It's a Beyonce stop. It's like whenever an artist is on the road, and out of nowhere, Bill, that summer, here she comes.
Yep.
And that's when everybody drop out of Grammys. You know, this been going on. I swear. I mean, we was like little. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how to this day it still goes on like that and stuff. And you know, and that's why just like for the first time, Shalisa should have got a Grammy, a Soul Train Award, American Music Award. It did get Billboard here as far as like number ones, but it should have got like a Black Image Award. I'm like, what the hell you niggas was thinking 87, 88? Where was y'all at? You know, so that politics and bullshit, favoritism, and our people playing that part, Dark Cornelius and other people that call themselves Black owned and celebrate Black artists. So they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Now, I am gonna say it is one song on this album that whoever decided to keep it or put it on there that I felt that it was trying to cross over, like on purpose. But we ain't there yet. But it's one song to where
let's get it. So we
on purpose, but it's only one song, but we ain't there yet.
Okay. So all right. So the next joint is what? Just like the first time?
Oh yeah, I think so.
So this song to me just gives me the same production as "Come Share My Love" by Mickey Howard.
Yeah.
It has the same production. I mean, I like Freddie's vocals on it, but it's one of the songs that I'm like, okay.
Could have given it to somebody else.
Yes.
Because I put the writing is great. Like lyrically, it's really like it's well written song. Like I like what the song is saying.
Yes.
But it's just boring. It's not even bad. It's just boring.
Yeah.
So I don't get excited about it.
Yeah.
Because you know,
especially want it to be the album track.
You know, it's funny too though, because see, Capitol Records was started slowly emerging, making mistakes. They made a mistake with the Whispers, trying to put them in a different direction when people didn't know about it. And then with Tracy Spencer, I mean, the list goes on. Melba Moore, I mean, That's why they fired their president because of that. And then, with the management, with the distribution deal that Freddie was under, he was starting to be on some bullshit. And that hurted, Freddie's career down the road, and along with Melba Moore and a handful of people and stuff, I mean, buying stuff and not realize they was in a 360 deal, which is sad.
Yeah, because they even taking your tour money off that.
Yeah, and that's bad. It's like it's like working at a job for 20 years, and all of a sudden they decide to let you go. That's some bullshit. After you done invested so much in, you out of there and stuff. And
yeah,
it's crazy. How things turn like that. But it's funny too though, because when Freddie was number one for 26 weeks, a lot of people was throwing shade on him. Because here it is. A dark-skinned brother whooping ass, knocking everybody down to the ground. Still, he's and people don't realize. And Freddie Jackson tell him, look, I'm Harlem born and raised. Don't let that gentleman or be a gentleman fool you, because he came with no punches on that and stuff. And to me, that album deserves to be in a Hall of Fame. That's my opinion, because the impact it made. I mean,
I can dig it.
If you're going to throw Michael Jackson's album Bad that came out around that time and certain albums and stuff, why not throw that album in there? That's my opinion.
I mean, technically, what you call it is a better R&B album anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I know we know Bad is very flat.
Yeah, it is.
You got two people on today that's gonna agree with that, so you ain't even gotta look away. Where we fit right. That's how me and Rashad feel the same.
I did.
Yeah, that's the whole.
But I'm glad. I thought I was the only one because I like the title of the record, calling it Just Like the First Time, because it's giving you the flavor, because he's saying, yo, I'm back like I did when I came with, the first album. You know what I mean? So he like, just like the first time, I'm coming back. And then you get this song and it's kind of dry. And it's like, I'm getting Come Share My Love. I'm like, did Mickey Howard get that first? Did Whitney get it first? Like, did all of them get it first? And then it just trickled down to Freddie? Like, I'm like,
Yeah, you have some producers like they try to copy off each other. It's like it kind of reminds you of what's that one song For the Love of You by Shalimar, and then there was another song that sounds similar to it. If you know what I'm talking about, the intro of it.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like everybody was trying to copy off of somebody.
Yeah, there's somebody that was trying to copy, since we talking about Bad, but we gonna get there.
He wrote that, and he was from Entombed.
Oh,
he was a member of the band, and he was a member of the band for like a couple, 2 or 3 years.
Wow. I know James Entombed heard that, was like, Howard, what you do?
Yeah.
He was like, come on. Come on, I didn't teach you like this.
Man, that was a slap in the face.
Yes.
Oh man, J2 rolled over his grave over that.
Yeah, but he also was a producer and composer, and it's so interesting. He wrote a song. Well, he just wrote it, so he wasn't part of producing it, because he was a drum player, composer, producer. Like he was. But he was also a background vocalist.
Yeah, James too bad.
He wasn't any other part of the song. He just wrote it.
He just wrote it. Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But it was kind of on the boring side. That was just the song that was kind of boring for me.
And it usually, though, like back in those days, the self-titles always live up to, what the rest of the album was about.
Yes.
And I was like, if like they should have gave it to Paul Lawrence or Barry Eastman for that self-title, and they could have turned it out.
True. I think Barry would have probably killed it. Yeah. Barry would have killed that. Yeah.
If they took them lyrics and made it a groove instead of this like dry kind of. It's just like a
Yes.
simple groove, like not even that complicated, just a basic groove, like
And that's
it was
that's
for the
Yes.
time
and that's
because
why I
of
say
Freddie.
that. And that's why I say back then, you could tell like Capitol Records, the artists they had was start making bad decisions with no type of direction. It seemed like they did good for certain artists, but the rest seemed like
Right.
it was like scattered. So you making an album from a
Mm.
classic to an unclassic. I hate that. It's like almost every album got that one or two songs and just flatline.
Yes.
I hate that.
Yes.
How you got me in my feelings and now I'm pissed because I'm hearing this shit. How do y'all do that? It's like labels like, yeah, just throw anything on. People will listen to it anyway. No, the fuck I'm not.
Yes. That's when you know the label has came in. That's when you know the label has come in and gave their little tutu. Because
Like,
it's
hurry
like
up.
when you and the producers, y'all feeling it, y'all like, these are the songs. And then the label come in was like, maybe you need this song. And then you listen to it, you be like, yeah, the label picked this. Yeah, the label picked this.
They want to hurry up and get it out of the way.
Yes.
It's just like we talked about I'm Ready. And if you'd have took the Prince songs on there, but the politics, like we have to put them, and but those are the songs that we didn't like. And everything else we was cool with.
If you take Prince's songs out and brought back I'll Be Sure Kyle West, that would have a great perfect follow-up direction. Why would you give a song to a minor that's not even 21? He was 16 when he started recording the album in 92. 93. Yeah. I'm like, come on, man. And that's why Tevin said that looking back at it, he felt so uncomfortable. About all the songs he sung, like, he was like, okay. And his mama got mad at it. When I watched that Uncensored, that Prince had to chase the mama down. It was like, oh, well, man, because of this and this. And if I was Kevin's mother, I would like, nigga, if you don't give it on damn songs, if you can't give me another round and around, I'm gonna spin your little ass around or something. Whew. That could have been me. Him and his heels would have been somewhere down the street.
Oh God!
Okay. Yeah, and then we come into I Can't Let You Go, the up tempo.
This is my second favorite on the album for me.
Oh, woo.
This is
JR,
it.
that's the one I said we ain't got to it yet. That it felt like it was purposely trying to be pop.
And did, and I liked it. I do. I do like it.
But JR, but you don't like the song that came out the same year, "Stop the Love" from Luther Vandross? But you like this?
I don't. Yeah, I do.
This ain't even a dig. No, you famously, every time I bring up that song, you just go and yell your little histrionics and you
do.
Because you know what that, but you know what it is.
My math, but go ahead.
but you know what it is. I think it is from a business perspective and a critic is with certain artists, you can tell what type of stuff they're going to do, and it don't get you excited. It'd be like, well, I already knew they're going to do that. But this artist, I know she or he not going to do it because that's not them. With Luther, he was chasing. So once people figure it out, you start reading apart. It's like it's somebody who you grew up with because their faults, how they is. Once you done read the artist, I'm like, okay, I want to hear something different. So,
and then I have a connection to this record because Gary Glenn did it. And he was the one that worked with Eddie Kendricks for Intimate Friends. And he also worked with that woman, Anita Baker, for Caught Up in the Rapture. He did that for her. So, and then for me, I just think as corny popish as it is, Freddie still kept it R&B to me. Yep. And he still kept it soulful to me. And it wasn't like, to me, it was chasing to me. And like, Rashad said, you knew Luther was chasing. To me, I don't think Freddie was chasing. I think I was like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it my way. Yep. Because I feel like Michael was influenced by this record. Because listen to this record and listen to Just Good Friends.
Yep. That makes sense.
And you know, Michael probably was like, take the soul out of this and let me and Luther, me and Stevie be straight pop-ish. Because listen to this record and listen to Just Good Friends, and you can see this record is still R&B to me. And that song with Stevie and freaking and Michael, to have a record like that, that was terrible. And you could tell the pop all in it. And even Quincy was like, that was the wrong song we put on that album. I'm sorry.
That song, Just Good Friends, belonged to a VHS cheesy movie. You know what I'm saying? That never got a whole lot of buzz, but just there. You know what I'm saying? That didn't really. It was just like one of those movies that you forgot that you had like in the box. Like, oh, y'all remember that shit? Damn, like, why the hell I buy it for? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's straight, what they call straight to tape.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you get it from was it Circuit City and I forgot what this other store was. It Blockbuster, so crap. You know what I'm saying? So
it was just I just think this song, to me, I like it. It's so 80s. But like Elise said, you can definitely tell that the label was like, we need a record like this just in case if we want to make this a single, we can. Because, I mean, technically they could, to be honest. They could have made this a single.
Bro, I'm not saying that because I don't like the song. I think that the backgrounds on that and that, like that, the backgrounds is fire. I was just, I just had wanted to understand why you like something this poppy, but you didn't like the song that was out the same year. Close together when it came out too.
And everybody would think and at least I remember we had the discussion about it too, because you was like, it feels like it Stop to Love feels very Motown-ish. Like it feels very Motown-ish, and you would think that I would like it, but to me it didn't sound genuine to me.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, I'm in it and I'm like, okay, I know what Luther's doing.
I can respect that. I respect that. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Because
Thank
you know,
Luther, sis, because I know you can go there. I know you can go there, and you're gonna let me live.
That makes sense when you explained it in that way.
Yeah, because Luther was getting
so much. Because let me tell you something. Elise, she let me live. Because that me would have came with something else. She'd have been like,
No, but it makes sense. But if you'd have said something that didn't make no sense, I'd have looked at you crazy.
And there's many shows that I did say that, and she looked at me crazy. So I got one in the bag.
And you know what's funny too, though, because Luther didn't go number one like it's like he had a top 10 R&B hit, and a lot of it came from politics. Because people was like, is Luther selling his soul? You know, he tried to be someone who he ain't, you know, so trying to be a sellout. So he was getting dissed a whole lot, while Freddie, you know, and everybody else was just smothering R&B.
Freddie said, come on to me. I can't let it go.
Yeah, you know.
Oh God.
And
so baby, we go to the single that I wish would have went number one though, for real. Even though it peaked at number 2. I Don't Want to Lose Your Love.
Oh man.
I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose.
Yeah.
I love that damn song.
That was fire. And that was a song that I think, if I'm mistaken, I think it did have a video behind it.
What? I Don't Want to Lose Your Love. I tried to find it on YouTube, and a lot of people had put in the comments, they was like, there was a video for it, but
I guess copyright strike. And matter of fact, I remember that video. That video got a lot. That video ran from like towards the tail of '87 all through '88 until "Don't Let It Slip Away," you know, came out. But that song, they got a little bit. I love that, dominated the hell out of that stuff. I mean, when I was a kid, I felt like Freddie owned BET the way they was showing him love.
Videos on YouTube. It's very dramatic. It's like a whole.
You found it.
He coming in the airport through the
Yeah, I think that's the one.
And then the police grab him. It's very dramatic. It's very high budget for that time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the cop pulled him up the steps and shit. Yeah.
Okay. Yo, the intro to this record literally reminds me of the intro because of that bass.
Yeah.
That bass, you know how the intro of For the Love of Money for the OJs and how Andrew Jackson is playing the fuck out of that bass. The bass on this record, it's like getting you ready for it. Like it literally is like, I'm coming in and I love this. And this takes you back to me when Quiet Storm radio really mattered for artists. Like it really mattered. Like you said, Rashad, in the beginning, it was like Anita, Freddie, Luther, like all of them was on Quiet Storm and it mattered. Yep. Like it really mattered and they were able to really get hits out of this. You know what I mean? And I love how Anita said on the BET Awards when they honored her, and she was like, yo, you don't understand. Quiet Storm Radio was the reason why I am here today. Yep. Because to be honest, they wasn't playing me on, during the daytime. I was getting played at night. And then people would catch on. And then it was like, then people started playing me in the middle of the day. And I think this song, I Don't Want to Lose Your Love, was kind of reminds you of that. Like, Freddie was like, this is Quiet Storm at its best to me. You know what I mean? And come on, for McFadden and Whitehead. Come on, like, man.
And Josh, speaking of the intro, this is another song on this album where you know what song it is in the first 2 seconds. You're like, oh, here we go. Like it come on the radio, as soon as they play them first two, you're like, I'll get ready.
Yes.
Yeah. You know my favorite part of that song?
What?
And scandalize my name.
That is
I don't wanna.
Lord.
He's showing off on another reason I love this record. On this one, he started from he don't ease into it. He like, let's just do this shit.
And you know what?
Yes.
If people don't realize, back in those days, when each time an artist did a sophomore album, they had to raise their high energy. They had to be good as it was on the first one.
Oh,
that first one was an alley-oop. That second album, he just slam dunked it. Yeah. And you could tell vocally, he went to a different stratosphere than he did on the first album. And it's like each track except for that one just make you feel some type of way about that.
Yeah.
Yo, he is on this joint going off like Elise said. This dude said, you can have all my possessions and scandalize my name. That's some real, like when you're in love like that, and you don't want somebody, you don't want no love lost at all. You can have all my possessions and scandalize my name. And that is an ad-lib. That wasn't in the song. That's an ad-lib that Freddie gives you. So you can tell he's feeling this record. Again, that's how you can feel a record. Tell by people ad-libs, they're in it.
I really want y'all to go look at that video after we finish it. Everybody watching that shit is dramatic. It's like a movie. It's cinematic.
It is.
I gotta see this. I have to.
And I remember seeing it. And I just went real quick to see if it was on YouTube, and it is. But I remember it because I would be like, "This is so dramatic." Meanwhile, I'm dramatic as shit my whole life, but talking about something's dramatic. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, come on. The R&B representatives are very dramatic. So I'm probably gonna get the video and fucking love it.
You'll see.
Oh Lord, because I was trying to find it and I couldn't. So okay, you found it. Okay, got it. Yeah, I'm gonna get into it.
Second search result.
Okay.
Now
you know my behind don't got You know I ain't got no patience, so yeah. You know I ain't got no. If it ain't there, all right, next. I'm done with it. But yeah, again, Freddie is singing on this record. The vulnerability he's singing with it. He hit you with the falsetto on this joint.
Woo.
Freddie, like, I'm gonna sing for y'all, and that's why I wish it could have been a #1 R&B record. But shit, #2 ain't bad either. But like Alicia just said, it was a lot of comp doing '87. Like, it was a lot that he had to deal with. So it was like, shit, for all that to be #2, that ain't bad either.
Yeah, he probably would have had about like maybe like 15 double R&B hits on this
Right.
day if it wasn't
Right.
for certain songs stuff. Yeah, because you had Lisa, the Coat Jam. You had Ready for the World. I mean, you had so many people that were just, oh man, it was just, whoo. People talk about '88, but nobody ever talk about 1987.
They don't, and don't. They don't.
And I get it, because new motherfucking edition. I get it. I love new edition. I love certain acts, but come on, we got to talk about '87. You know, so I don't know. I must be missing something.
Yeah. Look, yeah, and also '87. That's Jodie Quietly. That's cameo.
Oh, yeah.
That's Prince.
That's right. Oh, my favorite album. Yes, I forgot.
You had the system. You had Atlantic Star. You had, like Rashad said, you had Lisa, like he mentioned before, the Whispers. You had Herb Alpert with Janet. You had Stephanie Mills, who she might have had the longest #1 in '87. Stephanie.
Yeah.
4 weeks with I Feel Good All Over.
Yeah, that was a big record.
I think that might be the longest #1. I mean, besides no, it's 1, 2. Oh, it was 3 weeks. I thought it was 4. Yeah. So, but the most anybody had a #1 record was 4 weeks. Most people had 1 or 2 that year.
Got it. Yeah. So yeah, he had a lot to compete with, but I mean, #2 ain't bad either.
Yeah, Alexander O'Neal, Levert, Force MDs.
Oh man,
this is before it was R&B and when it was Black, L Cool J, hip hop.
Y'all see what that was? Catch what Alicia just did, y'all. Y'all catch what they did to our charts, because it used to be just Black charts.
That was the Kickstarter of it. What's to come? It's like, that's why I say that, you know, that's why I said in several interviews, I was like, they messed R&B up when they merged hip hop and R&B. LL Cool J ain't no singer. Tupac ain't no singer. Snoop Dogg damn straight no damn singer. So how can you mix up with that? Well, you know, because this and that. Because, man, shut up. That's why I say
it was a gift and a curse. It was a gift and a curse. It really was.
Yeah, because the only home that R&B got now is that U.S. adult R&B chart. There they throw it on that side.
And that's when you know they are taking us down. Like, they treating us like jazz now. Because jazz used to be that motherfucker for real. And then after that, they started to decrease jazz. And then now, like J. Cole said in an interview, now Kenny G was the face of jazz. No. I
don't think so.
And then now we have, with R&B now, the face of R&B is like Adele and Sam Smith and all of them heads. And it's like, no. Yeah. But you see what they doing. Like, it's blatant. They like put it in our face and think like we stupid. You know what I mean? Like, it bothers me, like, for real. And now they just treat us like, oh, we're urban AC now. You know what I mean? We're urban R&B airplay now. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, let me stop.
I hate that word urban. It make you feel like you're an uppity nigga, you know what I'm saying? And you know, you Black, but at the same time, you know, and your best friend name is Cal for Berkeley University. I can't say it.
I love this show.
Oh, that's why I love being me, and I got to be me. You know, if I can't be me, that's a problem and stuff. You know,
I hear that. I know that's right.
And all right, that's why.
Yeah. So we got Janae.
Oh my God.
I was looking online. and I saw a lot of people saying that they were naming their kids John A because of this record. I was like,
Yeah.
wow. Like, wow.
You know what? Yeah, just like that singer named Janelle Monáe, she got named after that, if I ain't mistaken. But they kind of like,
Oh,
add a little extra to it. That's what was told to me from a good friend of mine.
oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
But that
then, you know what I wrote? All I wrote about the song? It's a very least thing to say. Janae put that thing on him. That
yeah.
thing was banging. That little boy said, put it on this.
And that was one of his I remember Freddie said out of our song beside one of the songs, that was like his top favorite. I was thinking to
Really?
myself, his top favorite besides certain ones he sung and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think it was like an old interview he did like a decade ago and stuff. And I'm trying to figure out who is this person. Because I think he said it was some woman, and I was like, it's gotta be somebody.
Oh wow. Wow. Did not know that. You know what I mean? I think it's a cool song. I mean, it's cool. And again, shout out to G McFadden who wrote the record. So he getting that Philly soul up in there. So it's just like again, and then Freddie is always vocally perfect on a record. Like he's singing the fuck down. So I think it's great. I like it. I like it. I like Janae. I said Janae.
Yeah, and I think it's a good song to put after "Don't Want to Lose Your Love." It still kind of flows
Yeah.
into it. I think, yeah, it's just it's nothing special happening about the song, but it's a good song.
Right.
It kind of bridges you to the coming
It's one of
to.
it's one of the type of songs you'd be like, like let me give it a chance, let me listen to it. You know what I'm saying? It may not be the song that you repeat all the time, but you give it a chance by listening to it. You'd be like, okay, it's a nice song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
May not
Yeah.
be like the go-to song you want to play on your personal playlist, but it's something you give it a chance.
Yeah.
And to
I
me,
agree.
if I had to choose, it'd be over that self-title. That's my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah, if it came down between those two.
Yeah. And then we come into what is one of my favorite. Some days it is my favorite song from this record. Still waiting. Depend on my mood because it's because it's a groove, and it's like I don't know. It's just that song made me feel good. It's a song I put on repeat.
This is a deep
It's
ass record.
yeah. It seemed like the album started off strong, and then it was kind of going different direction, left, right. That's kind of like slowly going towards the middle.
They was good with that though, with doing B-sides. It was like your A-side was gonna be rocking, like period. And then when it got to your B-sides, you knew it was gonna be ballad oriented. It's gonna be that, and it was gonna be kind of songs that it's like, oh, okay. But that first A-side, it was like your A-side had to be good. You know what I mean? But this song, I agree, Elise. This song is deep. That dude said he can't find his peace of mind. That's some deep shit right there. Like, you can't find your peace of mind because you still waiting for this girl?
Man.
Nah, son. Nah, I don't want that feeling. No, I'm sorry. No, I need my peace of mind.
Yeah, and I need that. Run that.
Yes, I need my peace of mind. I'm sorry. If I ain't got my peace of mind, then nah. That nigga said he can't find his peace of mind. But this also gives you "You Are My Lady" tempo too. Like Elise said, it's a groove. It's a nice little groove. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think any of these songs are bad on this album, to be honest. I mean, you got a little corniness, but
yeah. Because I think with that record, it was one of the type of songs where it's like some people, it's like that one type of friend. It's like they've been single for a while and they constantly try to move on, and regardless of how the individual is, they still try to hang on to it. Don't try to hang on somebody to mess your mental state up.
Mm-hmm.
And there's plenty of people out there. And I got a handful of people. I got a handful of people on Facebook who got Maury Povich issues and Jerry Springer, but that's a whole different podcast should be talking about. And that's one thing, about songs like it. We all like somebody, but never let somebody get you out of your element when you got to find something. I found myself, I don't need tell me I need to find a piece.
No. You ain't taking my piece away from me. If you taking away my piece, I'm moving right along. Hello, catch it, Elise. Goodbye. Bye-bye. No, ma'am.
Move around a little fast and stuff.
Right. I don't got no time. You ain't fucking up my piece. I'm sorry. I don't gotta wait no more. I'm moving right along. Thank you.
But I like the song because a lot of people who got good sense now at one time didn't, so they have experience being on either side of that.
True.
Whether it being the person that's destroying the piece or the person that's letting someone destroy the piece. Everybody been on one side of it to some extreme. It might not be that large, but maybe a little bit. So it's relatable. That's part of why I like the song. And to get that in a groove, it's just
right.
And I think what it was too, because as the album was going a different direction, and producers be busy, and just like JR said earlier, that Barry was working with he spent more time working with Billy Ocean and a handful of people, and Paul had time for him. And I think Paul was working with Melba or whoever he was working with. And I think Freddie was kind of like, okay, I'll take this song just to kind of fill the album up and stuff,
Album filler. Yep.
Yeah. And it's funny too though, because that album, people are like, oh, Jim Jerry Taylor Lewis wrote that. They babyface. No, he didn't need them. He had, who he had. And those songs became for what? Nah. And he was too much of a he was too soul of a brother for them to even contain that. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on that.
Yeah, I don't think that'd have been a good pairing anyway.
No.
He probably would have had the same fate as Alexander O'Neal in that type of way. As the other hey, R&B, you also have pop records. And I don't think that and it's funny too, because you look at Alexander O'Neal, if you do hear a Quiet Storm song, maybe with Sherelle, his own stuff, Sunshine, stuff like that. But some people just ain't bad for the world that everybody keep talking about.
That's true. That's true. Very true.
And and then after Still Waiting, we come into You Are My Love, which I was like, that was the power, like the for real power ballad.
Yes.
Album, And
playing the hell out of them drums.
This is another instance where I love Freddie's progression. Like it's just it starts off real. Like it starts off and you almost be like, is this finna be another boring song? Like just like the first time. At first, but then each measure it just goes up, up, up. And then you like, oh shit, he is okay. You got my attention, Mr. Jackson.
That's what makes you a great singer though. Again, like you can get a record and just it could be boring, but the things you do with it. And this is what Freddie was doing with this record with You Are My Love. You know what I mean? And obviously he dedicated this to his mom, because you look in the album credits, he dedicated this song to his mom. He was like, You Are My Love. So I knew, again, when you hear this song, you like, okay, Freddie gonna eat this joint, because again, he's dedicating this to his mom. So you ain't gonna do no corny shit for your mom. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Nah, you gotta cook correct.
So it's like, he like, I'm gonna eat this record up. You know what I mean? And like Elise said, this is the power ballad. And shout out to, what was the name? Leslie Ming, playing the hell out of them damn drums on this. Man. I was like, oh, all right, this is the definition of a power ballad. I'm here for it. You know what I mean? And you end the album like this, I think, yeah, this
It
song
kind
is
of
dope
remind
too.
me that song kind of remind me of Tevin's song "Could It Be?" Not like the exact same type of way. It's all kind of boring, and then it goes straight through. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
It
I
kind of
give you
remind you of
that.
that.
I give you
Yeah,
that. I give you. Oh my God, me and my brother Sin. That's what me and him love. That record. That's one of the songs that we love. So could it be? Oh my God, yes,
yeah.
yo, yes, Rashad. It do remind you of that. Wow, wow.
Yeah,
I
just the
never
same,
thought about
just
this,
a,
but you're right.
just the same type of approach and stuff. And it's
Yes,
kind of it
yes.
reminds me so much of that.
You approach the song like that, and the way he did that, yes, I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
So, if with this whole album, do you feel like this is Freddie's best?
You know what? I feel like it's his. You know what? I feel like it's his best album.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I like Do Me Again, you know, and there's certain
Yeah,
other albums, I feel like this is his
yeah,
best bounce back album because with with You Are My Lady and Rock Me Tonight, people were so hung on to those two songs. And I get it because
yes, I
those songs
agree.
were special. But
Yes,
this album had a great balance. Besides certain hit and miss, I
yeah,
feel like this was his best album. And to this day, for the album to go number 1 for 26 weeks, it has to be his best album because that was the only album that made its mark in R&B history.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
True, true.
and it's because out of all the albums, that's the most played album. I mean, you go anywhere, somebody's playing a handful of those records. I mean,
Right.
the birthday parties, family reunions, I mean, weddings, whatever, somebody's playing karaoke. I mean, those songs get covered everywhere. Freddie made his mark. I wish the album could have got more flowers, should have been awarded, but we like we discussed politics and BS. But to me, the album, I would have to get the album at least a 4.9. All the reason why I say that because just that self title threw me off on that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, but it's a classic. It's a classic. In my opinion.
I think that they knew what Freddie's lane was, and I think they mastered it on just this album here. You know what I mean? And I think the debut, you didn't know. Again, it's his
Yeah.
debut. You don't know how it's gonna hit. You don't know what it's gonna do. You don't know nothing. And like you said, Rashad, I think everybody was stuck on You Are My Lady, and they were stuck on, Rock With Me Tonight because it was so huge. People didn't know about the album cuts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people didn't know about Calling. People didn't know about them records. You know what I mean? Because they
Mm-hmm.
were dope album cuts as well. So
Yeah.
I think Freddie and the label went in this album like, yo, y'all gonna know this whole record. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because he got hit songs on both sides, side A
Yeah.
and side B. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So they was like, you gonna know that this song, this album, you gonna know all the songs on this album. You're gonna listen to it and be like, yo, I like this, I like this. Ooh, I like this too. So it was like,
Mhm.
y'all said he had 5 singles. All of them
Mhm.
were top 2 R&B records. All of them
Mm-hmm.
is not on side A. You got one song on side B. Like you again, it was just like I think his label, which was Rush Productions, and they was like, listen, we gonna make sure that y'all gonna know this whole album from front to back. And I think I agree with you. I think again, this might be Freddie's best because I think they got it right with this one. The
Yeah.
album
Yeah.
cover, no, but
Nah.
everything else, it was fine because it's not a bad song. As corny as we said that just like the first time is corny, but it ain't bad. It fits. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
fits the album, but is it corny? Yes.
Nah.
But at the end of the day, it still fits the album though.
I ain't say it was
Yeah.
corny. I said it was boring. I even
Oh,
started
Yeah.
that's
laughing
the
more
word. I'm sorry.
dramatically.
Wrong word. Wrong
Yeah.
word is
That
boring.
that album covered like a
It's
Coke
corny though.
45
I think it was
commercial.
boring.
Yeah, that album
Yeah,
covered
my
like a Coke.
bad. I've used
Yeah,
the wrong word.
yeah, that album covered like a Coke 45 commercial that you see at the barbershop or something. You know what I'm saying? So I like, he didn't get. They could have did better than that.
Yo, Rashad, you is a mess. I just
One of those Jet magazines and stuff.
Yeah, Freddie
Yeah.
deserves his credit, y'all. His impact cannot be denied at all. You know what I mean? This album was #1 for half a year. You know what I mean? And it was just like I'm so glad that we talked about this album in full because of the impact of what it did. People don't understand that this album really impacted a lot. You know what I mean? Like to have an album that had 5 singles that all of them were top 2 singles on us is a big deal. And like Elise breaks down, she was like, he had a lot of competition during this time. A lot.
Legends.
Legends.
I don't mean legends now. They were legends in the 80s. Michael, Stevie.
That part.
Yeah.
Was all Prince. You fighting with all them plus all the new people that's dope. Oh,
right.
You going against
smoke everybody.
Right.
And smoked everybody.
Yes, like you smoked all of them. And you going against the new ones like the Janet, the Whitney, the Michael, the Prince, all these heads that's getting the mainstream love too. But when it came to that R&B side, Freddie was like, it's not gonna be easy. No. You gotta compete with me. And a lot of people couldn't do it. They couldn't.
That's why I like about Freddie Jackson.
Was what, the best-selling R&B album of 1987, right?
87, yep. And
the album came out in 86. Catch that.
You know, Freddie, you know, he never sold his soul. He stayed true to his roots. You know, just like how the way when people talk about Joe, how Joe is, but people forget Freddie Jackson was one of the best artists in the 80s was taking that bullshit. You know, like I'm not about
that. You know, like that, Rashad.
Like, yeah, so you know that's why I always people out stuff out because that's one thing. You know, when you love what you do, and the really about watch how to fix it. And with Capitol Records, they would take a decline. And the way they fixed Tracy Spencer, have her tried to go towards the pop way, and they try to, you know, make Whispers be someone who they wasn't. That's where Capitol Records started taking a decline, and you see what Capitol Records went at straight down the motherfucking hill and stuff. Sure, like they ain't had a platinum album since last time Bobby Brown had a Gumby. So you know that's why. So that's why I say that, you know, it's sad, you know, like how can you have Melba Moore, Freddie Jackson, all those other artists that done so well for y'all and to make them be someone who they ain't. And the Willie Boy trying to fix it. That's why I hate about that. Well, we gotta fit it for the public. Fuck all that shit. So that's why I say it's to me it's corny. But Freddie Jackson, you know, that's why I say that it's sad that it took at that time 34 years to just now get a icon award for Black music artists. Yeah. You know, it's like Soul Train to give a shit, BET Award to give a shit. There was the Black Image Award to give a shit. It's sad that when these artists get close to their damn grave or after, they just now getting their flowers. And I hate for a bro like him to be gone and they just now noticing him. What was your ad when he was killing that shit, you know? But I think what it was because him being too real, he'd be from Harlem. It was like, okay, while you doing all that, we're gonna fuck with somebody else. And I
think just with the like Soul Train, I think Don Cornelius created the Soul Train Awards because he wanted the people that he knew wouldn't get love from the mainstream world would get love from our people. And for me, I'm like, if that was the case, then Freddie should have got more love than he did. You know what I mean? And it was like Luther will host the award show, and I get it. Luther was hosting it, cool. But Freddie should have gotten like Album of the Year at the Soul Train Awards in 1987.
Facts.
Well, about that.
Yeah.
About
okay,
that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna bring the charts back in. I promise you it's gonna come back around, and it ain't gonna tell
Okay, got it.
So, but let me see if you know the answer. What album was number one right before Freddie's album came out?
1980. This is 1986.
What was the
1986.
album that was number one R&B album? The week
Was it Anita?
Did Anita Baker?
No, remember I said it's gonna come right back around.
Was it Billy Ocean, Love Zone?
Luther.
Luther, give me a reason.
Luther.
Yeah, give me a reason. Yeah.
Give me the reason.
Yeah.
Was number one for 1 week, November the 29th. On December 6th, just like the first time was number one. And it remained number one until May 9th. And then
1987. Woo!
Then what was the number one album the next week?
Stephanie Mills.
Jody Watley.
Luther.
Again?
What? Yeah. Luther had his album. It debuted number one. And then Freddie came the next week and was number one until the 9th of May. Give Me the Reason was number one May the 16th. But then May 23rd and 30th was Freddie again.
And guess what, though? Guess what came out that time? The Soul Train Awards. Who gonna go? He was hosting it.
Yep.
That was my point. That's what you got it.
Yep.
But Brown Alexander Morgan said, connect those dots. Connect the dots. Have somebody on the chart for 6 months, and then your little album comes. Not little album. We love Give Me the Reason, but right after that for one little funky ass week, and then Freddie came back and was there for 2 weeks. Right, 2 more. Just yeah. Do you know how salty ocean water Luther was about that? And Don Cornelius was about that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's exactly why Luther became number one, because he did the Soul Train Awards and he was hosting it and he won Album of the Year for the male. So everybody went and got it for that week. And then right after then, Freddie said, "Oh, I need to win because I'm going to come right back and have it again."
He said, "I wasn't done yet."
I wasn't done yet.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think one time what was it, the label or something like that, they wanted Freddie and Luther to do a song together, and Luther didn't want to do no song with Freddie Jackson.
Of course he didn't.
Because in his mind that's competition and stuff.
Absolutely.
And he know for a fact, no offense to Luther, God rest his soul, but Freddie would smoke the boots off of him vocally. Would tore it up.
You think so?
I would, I guess, I wouldn't say, I'm kind of overthinking that, but it'll be toe-to-toe, depending on what song it was. But it'll be a lot of politics and bullshit behind that.
No, it was vocally, they were different vocally.
Vocally, yeah.
To me, they're the same level vocally.
The same level, yeah.
Yeah, but they're different. Yeah. They attack a song in a different way.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, plus on top of that, yeah, because
I think it would have been dope though if they would have did a record together. To be honest, I think it would have been right. I think it would have been right.
Besides Gregory Hines singing with Luther Vandross, and I was picturing what Freddie would have sounded like with Luther on that song.
I was just thinking about that. I think them two doing that record would have been dope too.
And that's probably the reason why. That's probably the reason why he chose Greg over Freddie.
Yeah, I don't think Luther wanted to pick somebody as far as male vocalists to be on, especially your hot era. You're not really trying to give nobody else no attention in that way that could or was beating you in that moment. So I don't think it would have been. I would have loved to hear how it would have turned out, but it wouldn't have been a smart decision for either camp, in my opinion, to do that.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Okay. I don't think so.
Yeah, that. In a way, that was good.
Singing woman, but not to. That's why it's Gregory Hines. It's somebody he knows is not going to out-sing him.
Got
Yeah,
it.
Who didn't
he
have the
looking like
ability to outsing him, even if he tried.
he
Right.
probably looking like he's an actor, so I ain't got to worry about somebody who's an actor. So it'll
Yeah,
tell that.
Right.
So that just
True.
don't throw him on the record and stuff. And that's bad on Luther's part because that's kind of like diva acting, in a way, and that's not a good look. But
but that was the reputation anyway. So
yeah. But just like the first time to this day, I mean, 37 years later, I mean, the album was still burning. And,
Mm-hmm.
it is crazy how, with the politics behind it, it was like, if you ain't kissing somebody's ass, then it's like you're not in. And I think that,
That's true.
Freddie Jackson, he caught on to the business side of it. Because as soon as he got hot, he called on, he put the brakes on that. And he knew what was up and stuff. So, he stayed true to who he was.
Amen, somebody.
Yeah,
mhm.
and he always say Harlem because he always showed love to where he was from. He was like, "Why should I live in Beverly Hills and I could just be where I'm from?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that was the real truth. I mean, from '85 to 1982, I mean, it was all about. I mean, Freddie was killing it. I mean, it didn't matter what R&B Bell singer that was around, Freddie stayed right there. I mean, to have what 4 or 5 #1 R&B albums straight. It was like Rock With Me Tonight, just like the first time. Don't let your love, don't let it slip away. Do Me Again. I mean, come on, can you get a better than that? Platinum and gold albums,
Oh, number ones, dog.
number
Like,
one, in a short period of time. And I thought to myself, just imagine he would have had his label there do what they did. He would have had more than Luther and not Luther. I mean, he would have more than Aretha and Stevie. He probably have like 30 by now.
I think
If
with
that,
time changing, I think that Freddie eventually would have had to probably work with the Babyface and the Diane Warrens and
yeah,
that because that was his lane. Because
yeah,
I mean, music was changing, and again, like I always quote Whitney, you got to be in the game, you got to play it. You know what
yep,
I mean? And at the end of the day, I think that as great as Freddie was in '92, music was completely changing. And I think this is the time where he probably would have had to get a Diane Warren power ballad. He would have had to get a David Foster type of power ballad for him
yeah,
to remain. You know what I mean? Because I mean,
yep,
again, that's what affected Tevin. To be honest,
yep.
like it did, because
Happened
again,
again. History repeating.
history repeats itself. It was like it happened to Freddie. It happened to Tevin because after music started changing and it becoming more hip hop and all of this, a lot of our artists, R&B artists, couldn't succeed after that. You know what I mean? And it was all
Yeah,
about that. And I think Freddie would have probably had to go to that Diane Warren, that David Foster to get a power ballad to be like a Peebo. Peebo was killing it with them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he was.
a whole new world and Beauty and the Beast, and that was his lane. You know what I mean? He stayed there because he was like, "This is mine. I ain't that new stuff. That ain't me." And I
Yeah,
think Freddie would have had to
and
do that,
it's
but Freddie was like, "Fuck that. I'm gonna stay me, and I'm gonna stay with Paul Lawrence, and I'm gonna stay with Barry Eastman, and I'm good." You know what I mean? Like,
because yeah,
I'm
and
good.
and
So
that's what pissed me. And that's what pissed me
respect
off
to him.
about. That's what pissed me off about Ice Cube when he tried to diss artists that was making music, New Jack Swing around that time. And I'm like, dude, at least they talk about robbing and killing somebody, what I'm saying, and smashing chick here and there. So around that time, it was funny how black soul or black singles was taking aim of it. And that's one
Yeah.
thing about this music industry. They always try to follow the wave. And that's what I
Mm-hmm.
hate about that. That's why, that's like I said on Twitter about like a couple of years ago. I said the black artists are underrated. Just that they only put up with a handful of black artists.
Mm-hmm.
But people hit me up, ask me what happened to this artist. I'm like, damn, like, don't you got a phone? Like they're on Instagram and Facebook. You know what I'm saying? But it's sad that black fans they allow society manipulate them and thinking that these artists are no longer exist. They're not doing that, and I get
Mm-hmm.
it. But why should a black artist sit there and deal with a mess up contracts? Every label almost got a 360 deal. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why you see Charlie Wilson, Brian Knight, all these artists are independent. because they know what it's
Yeah.
like to deal with these so-called funky labels. Welcome to Mercury Records, gone. Welcome to Jive Records, out there. Welcome to all the MCA, gone. Because they know. They know what time it is and stuff, but yeah, Freddie Jackson definitely, in my opinion, by the time he got to his 10th #1 R&B hit, he done surpassed a legend. He's an icon in my opinion. He maybe not have the Michael Jackson numbers, but nobody can deny, he gave Michael run for his money. He gave a lot of Richard run for his money. He gave just that period of time, he gave a lot of Art run for their money. Keith Sweat, I mean, Bobby and all these other guys run for their money at one particular time. So even the females. So and that's where people get things messed up. Like whenever I post something, like I had this one African dude, I had to block his food, called himself Gullah, where the fuck that nigga name is. And I was talking about Joe's career. He said that he was like, well, you said this. I'm like, my brother, until you go and bust ass, we should not be talking, man. And he can talk about Joe back in 1993. I'm like, bro, look, we went through this every year.
Did we tell y'all Rashad reads, y'all?
Oh boy, please don't get me started.
He reads, y'all.
But I want to say this too, thank y'all for having y'all here because, us, being, black, and we know our music when it comes to, genres, not just R&B. It is cool to see all of us come together. Because a lot of times where there is a blind podcast host, everybody's so uptight, everybody's nitpicking. I love when I see my people win. But one thing I don't like is that fake sneaky shit. My thing like this, I get along with anybody. But I'm not with all this. Oh, I think he's all that. No, that's what you thinking. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm just being me. You know what I'm saying? But one thing we got to stop is throwing shade toward each other. Yep. We should not be in competition with each other. I don't know what's up with all that. It's stupid. Like I'm about to be, 41, tomorrow, and I ain't got time to be arguing with some lost nigga. It's also bullshit. And another thing, too. When it's airing that bullshit, I don't know why everybody think they're a podcast. Nobody could do, what the next person can. When somebody, I hate when people tell me, Rashad, this person's trying to be like you. I do not give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can be inspired, but they don't do what I do. You know what I'm saying? There are certain people I'm not gonna mention because I know how our people talk, but everybody's built to be a singer, everybody's built to be a podcast host, a blogger. We really need to cut the middleman out and stuff. And that's straight up.
Nice and slow.
And we need better. And we need better publicists in it. And we need better black publicists in this business because so many publicists.
Facts.
When I was trying to get Glenn Jones on my platform, this lady, I'm not gonna mention her name, but she gonna hit my personal page, Mr. Cooper Shot, talk about, you don't have 30,000 followers. I say, wait a minute now. You mean tell me that you went to that page, you follow my main page? Come on, and you follow it. How is that you black educated, you don't know what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say, you artists, y'all pay these motherfuckers hundreds and thousands of dollars. These niggas need to get the fuck out of here, man. But anyway, like I said, I love coming on here because I love when I see people with good energy that they just be themselves.
Yes, yes, God. That's weird.
I've been doing this for so many years. I don't see people cave and win, and that's why I say, thank God for you guys because, y'all talk about breaking down each album, and it's sad because y'all the only ones that tells y'all truth about these songs, about these artists, regardless how they feel or not. You're not putting down nobody, just speaking the truth. Mm-hmm. There's no other platform talking about that. You got some that call self the authority of R&B. Niggas, you're not authority of R&B. Yes, I went there. But just keep in mind, we was the first to break his in. y'all just falling, y'all just hopping on the train.
You
know.
he on the soapbox. He on it.
You know. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I'm like the fog of the diva, you know of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
R&B fucking
Yeah,
diva.
yeah,
Yeah.
fog of the diva, yeah, you know, and shouts to fog of the diva, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he's personal friends with my cousin, but at the same time, you know, it's like I love it, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to RnBSouleffect, shouts to JR, shouts to Lise, you know, you guys, y'all got great energy. That's what I love about y'all. You know, and you know, and y'all keep it going, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Don't let nobody knock y'all down, man. Because tell you the truth, if it wasn't for y'all, I don't think R&B would have had another stitching of what it is today. You know, that's my opinion. Yeah, you know, that's straight up.
Well, before we let you go, you know how we end this thing. It is my favorite part of the show.
Oh yes.
Song association. So I'm going to give you 5 songs that were number 1 in 1987 by male artists. And you just tell me, I'm going to give you 5 different ones. You just tell me the first word, thought, or memory associated with that song.
Okay. Ooh, boy, that's a handful of them. Okay.
No. I'm going to give you the songs, and you tell me the first word, song, or memory attached to that song for you.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, first one is Candy by Cameo, which was number 1 for 2 weeks.
Ah, man, you know what? I swear that song right there, man. You know, bring back, you know, the times. You could, I mean, that year '87 alone. All I remember was, you know, just seeing, you know, how music, you know, was going different direction and stuff, you know, and you know, see how the transformation of Larry Blackman. It's crazy how Kevin went from a 30-man group down to 3. And stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
right. So you look on the cover of that Cameosis album, and it's like 30 niggas on the front.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, you know, Katie was a great song because you know, that was a time when, you know, besides people was romancing, you had a lot of cheaters in that too. So yeah. I can feel it when she walk, even when she talk, it takes over me. Wrapped up tight. But that's when music would start becoming more animated around that time.
Look at all them niggas.
Yeah, 30 niggas up in there. Oh, man.
Right. Next we have an R&B rap fave, Fake by Alexander O'Neal.
Yes, God.
You know what? That song right there to this day, it's sad how people that you know, they won't tell you the truth of who they are, their age, their name and stuff. And it's sad because like I remember I dated this one girl and her name was Neil. And she never want to tell me her last name. I'm like, damn, like what you got a criminal record? Like, damn, like who you killed? You know, so and it's sad though to this day that, you know, people won't be honest with it themselves. You know, like you only live once. You know, it's up to the person who want to take a chance at you or not and stuff. You know, like you tell me your name was Lisa. You know, like you tell me your name was Sarah. Hell, girl, do you even know who you is? But the word fake, it's sad that in this business, we got people, they want to, it's like they want their fame so bad. It's like, how far are you going to go with it? You only live once. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I never try to be someone who I wasn't. You know, I might do some things, but I never let it, you know, get the best of me. And then once I learned the word keep it real, just be yourself. You know, be yourself is bigger than keeping it real. Keep it real, people that try to put all these so-called front, the instigators and stuff. Yeah. So
all right.
And you know what? That was before Scrubs. I just want to put that out there.
All right. Next we have Casanova by Levert.
Oh man. Classic. You know what? That was the bass song that I was introduced to Levert. And as a little boy, I never understood what it was till I got older. It's like I don't want to be, that Casanova to me. Oh, the backstory behind that. The Callaways, they are my cousins. They are my half cousins. Because my auntie used to date one of the peoples, so they was behind that record. Just to let you guys know that. But make a long story short, Casanova. That was a record, man. I mean, you could not go nowhere. I mean, that song, man. I mean, you could be down the street, somebody's bopping that record. You could be in the car with your family, coming from the grocery store, coming home from school, they play that record. I mean, you watch the Soul Train, like they are doing like all like this and that. So everybody was getting down. Can't let it get away. Listen, baby. So
Hey.
And it's funny too, though, because I thought that they was in their 30s and Jill Levert was only 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great time. It reminded me of, watching Soul Train, watching Club MTV, all the stuff. I mean, the songs that you may not know the backstory because you're a kid. You love it because it jammed to you.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Next song. Love is a House by the Force MDs.
Oh, wow. Man. That song right there, I mean, to this day, I mean, it don't matter what mood you in, that song could make you forget about whatever shenanigans that's going on in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, just the song, I mean, just the first verse, saying, look for the light, there be no surprise. I come and knocking on your door. See, if you ever need warmth or comfort, darling, I'll be here to hold you near. I mean, back then when lyrics be something, that's all about, fucking. I mean, how many songs you gonna keep talking about your damn pussy? How many songs you keep talking about I'm gonna stick it in you? Nigga, that was 5 albums ago. We need something different. And back then, that's when black women that was in their 20s and 30s, felt loved and respected. Even teenage girls that wasn't even adult yet. But back then, you could get a woman to dance with you as far as from a gentleman, and songs that mean something. It's crazy how it is now. It's not like it. You got some artists that do got records now that's like that, but they don't have the machine behind them. And we all get it. But yeah, Love is a House, that's a classic, you know what I'm saying? And it shouts to, Daryl making that record. I mean, to this day, I mean, whenever I think about that song, is like it puts me that particular time of my childhood years when I had a Walkman. I was in school and stuff, and we said back when talent shows and stuff. Oh man, great times, great memories.
All right. And our last song, last and definitely not least, is I Want to Be Your Man by Roger.
Oh man. Say lady. You are, oh man, that song right there, I'm telling you, that's another barbecue classic.
Yes.
And shouts to my Uncle Keela. Oh my God, man, what Jerry Curry had, he won the hell out of that song. And that song right there, that song right there to this day, shouts to Roger Trout, man. I mean, the songs he made, man, it just hit different. And it's funny, I didn't realize that was the birth of autotune because it was like, he wasn't no singer, but the stuff, the piece he used, he made you feel it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
right.
He did that brother say.
Yeah, he might have been the best singer, but what I want people to realize, you can use these different tools, but you have to be creative and be an artist and do it differently. He was so creative with it and made it. I mean, just like we said with the songwriting, made that technology his own. He created a sound that people are still copying. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying influence, copying.
Yeah, copy. Yep. Yep. You know, and we all know who is copying that and stuff. And you know, that record itself, you know, it's funny. You know, I remember as a little boy when my cousins were teenagers at the time, they played it at their prom. So any song that was hot at the time, you know, that was in the top rotation and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, you know, if you have a 3-year-old child that's into that record, you know that's a hit. He or she may not know about the word love, but they feel that record. And to this day, you know, music like that is timeless because you can play those records and it still sound better than stuff you hear today. That is no lie.
Facts.
And you know
You
what?
know,
I remember they played that song on the radio. That song got a lot of airplay. I'd be interested to
oh
go and
man,
see the radio airplay charts because I just remember hearing that song a lot. Because I'd have been 8 years old. I remember, like that's one of the songs I have a distinct memory of just hearing on the radio.
yeah. And back then, you know, with the art Santo label, they had to break it compared to what artists now and stuff because you know, back then with Jet Magazine had their own music charts. And of
Yep.
course, you know, besides music shows had their own charts, but back then it was like you were looking through the booklet to see who went number one or who was cracking in the top 10 and stuff. And
Yeah.
that record was just a monster. It is crazy too, though, because it was hard to say who was your top 10 because everybody was killing it, you know, in those days. And you know, you don't see that now like you used to. Of course, you know, we at a different time and stuff.
Yeah. Yes. Dang, brother. Well, we're so glad you hung out with us today.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
And
it was time. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, it was time, you know, because I didn't want to come back because I got like 2 more people that I want to, you know, talk about when I do get on here. So I don't want to let it be like a year later or nothing like that.
Ooh,
So
ooh. He already
yeah.
letting y'all know he's coming back again.
Yeah.
like he said he would. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because you
Yes.
know, and one of the reasons why the reason why I talk about Freddie because nobody ever talks about him in the R&B conversation, far as a platform like yours. Usually be about the same average people that we hear all the time, and all that stuff is cool. But damn, what about you know, Freddie Jackson? What about Jody Watley? What about Vanessa Williams? What about this person, that person? So you know, we gotta get out the average. You know, and me, I'm above average.
And like you said, there's nothing wrong talking about you know, artists that have got their shine because they're part of history, duh. But
Yeah,
it's like just open it up, talk about everybody, talk about them and the other people. We're not saying
And
all. Yeah.
yes.
and it's sad too because when you can make a collage of an artist, you ask them what their favorite songs. They focus on the radio hits. I'm a type of fan. I'm gonna tell you the whole album, not just the radio songs you hear. I'm gonna tell you about other songs that to me that I feel like that could have been a hit single and stuff. And back then, artists was limited to between 3 up to like their 9 songs and singles and stuff like that. Back then, when you had R&B departments that push, you know, records and stuff like that, compared to now and stuff. Now these artists put out one fucking song thinking they doing something. Nigga, if you don't put out more records off that album, man, you're bullshitting. So that's why I say that we gotta do better, man.
Thanks.
Well,
We gotta
brother,
do better.
how about you tell folks where they can find you at, and then if you have anything coming up that you want to talk about.
All righty, what's coming up? I got an announcement to make. Be on the lookout. RnBSouleffect-Tv will be here YouTube stream, far as episode wise. I got a building that I'm working on. You got to see live performances of different artists for the past as well as the present. I will be doing 2 new episodes like twice a week, depending on the scheduling. And plus, I got an offer from a black TV company. It's not BET, but but it's from a network. I don't want to say it until everything's confirmed. It's coming from there. But yeah, I'm taking my platform to a different level and stuff. In between that, I got Starso Hall of Fame Awards. I'm going to be putting Allure in the Arts Hall of Fame. That's already been announced and stuff. And I'm also gonna be doing album Hall of Fame. So you never know. You might see Freddie Jackson album in the Hall of Fame too. So that's gonna be in the making. I got a lot of stuff I got to do on that part. And be on the lookout for Mr. Soul Effect Jam FM is coming. I'm ready to, put my hands in everything, business wise. So and stuff. But you can follow RnBSouleffect-Tv on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, and TikTok. So you got to see a bunch of stuff on there and things.
Yes, we love it. Love it. we rooting for you, and we are so happy.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we also thank all of our viewers who hang out with us, who help promote our stuff by subscribing and sharing and liking things and just word of mouth, like actually telling somebody, did you know that you could talk to people not on the internet, like face to face? Did y'all know?
Word? I didn't know. Word?
That's new to me.
I just found out yesterday that you could just talk to people in the world.
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah, with technology, everything is like changing and stuff. That's like totally amazing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we really appreciate all of y'all. We appreciate the people that hang out in the live chat. We always have great conversations, very supportive. It's R&B cousins. And we family, we more family, the more the merrier. As long as you just love R&B and you want to preserve the history and and protect the future of it. Come on down. Tell your people to come on down. And I guess we'll just catch y'all on the next Catch That.
That's right.
Peace, y'all.